everyone, a warm welcome. Hey, thank you for joining me and welcome to all new subscribers. Aries, this is your December reading, the final reading of the decade for 2019, moving into the new portal, the new wave of energy of 2020. We are in the time frame of Scorpio moving into Sagittarius, and those two in particular have a lot of celestial movement energy within them. Astrologically, there is a lot going on at the moment. There has just been Mercury transiting the Sun in retrograde. There are big celestial movements within the planets. We have an eclipse coming up on December the 26th, the final eclipse for our year, but also the beginning of the eclipse season for 2020. So we're finishing off the year ecliptically, moving into the year with this eclipse energy. This is all about bringing to the surface agenda that we have been either not sure upon, hiding upon, afraid of. All of these type of energies, thoughts and dynamics are going to come to the fore. So that's how we're shaping the beginning of our decade coming up. For the month of December, it has a universal month of the number 6, which is very grounded, nurturing and homespun. Some of the basic numerology perspectives of December coming up are full moon on the 12th in Gemini. We have Chiron going direct on the 12th. We have a Friday the 13th. We have the winter solstice day on the 22nd, which also in turn is the summer solstice day in the southern hemisphere. We have Christmas Day on the 25th, which is also a day of heightened awareness or white light energy that surrounds the earth. So consequently, going from the Scorpio energy right through that Halloween portal and through until Christmas time, we have amazing ability to tap into the portals and the celestial, the spiritual realm that surrounds us all. It's very open and active and easy to access. Now, before I start the reading for you, I did some intuitive work. You got the number 6 of all things, which this month of December adds to a 6 as well. One of the mantras that you received, which you can use any way you feel that you wish to, was the following: I am open and receptive to all the abundance that surrounds me. And I've written a big smile beside that. So I am open and receptive to all the abundance that surrounds me. You also got the word green, heart and orange. Then another little saying that said, difficulties no longer burden me. I solve all problems. Also a horse came into my mind, and then I thought perhaps a horse spirit, so maybe a spirit animal or maybe physical horses for some of you. Then I seem to have myself going around in circles, and I have circled the colour orange. And then I've gone to myself, have you guys gone full circle with something? So, or are you going round and round in circles? So some of you are going around in circles, not necessarily finding an exit point or an exit strategy for something. And others of you have gone the full circle and you are about to start this expansion and deliverance into the new decade of the 20s with this new concept. So with that, let's start shuffling for Aries for December, the last reading of the decade. What is it that you would like to tell them, inform them, or help them to understand, focus on, or shine light onto? This is for Aries. For 2019, the end of the year report, December. The King of Pentacles, he's come in a little bit reversed. He can be an earth sign person, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. He often is associated with money, and there's some more money coming in. So money might be on your mind one way or another. He can sometimes be known as the entrepreneurial person. He is affiliated with sometimes jobs, careers, so he could be an employer. He could also be a bank loan or a manager. Now, given that he is thinking twice about things by being a little bit uncommitted and reversing. He may be reversing on something, or there may be a reversal around something that he has been associated with. So if you had a project in mind, or you were attempting to negotiate something or talk to or communicate with someone like this, possibly this earth sign person, then he may be holding something up, or there may be a stumbling block involved with him. But then we come to here and we see the Seven of Pentacles sort of on its side. And my interpretation of that now is that these are neither here nor there. They are culminating in the atmosphere, if you like, or in the celestial realm, and they are still taking shape. So they are in the process of forming. Now traditionally he would be upright like that, and again he has an earth sign energy about him, so there could be quite a few earth sign energy people surrounding you. They could be in relationships, or they could be associated with your career or finances one way or another. It could also be yourself acting in this manner. This is the prudent nature of life, and being a little bit like the squirrel that squirrels away the nuts when the harvest time comes, and they save them up for winter, and it gets them through the long period of lean times. This card is very similar in as much that he is harvesting patiently over a long period of time, and sometimes the seven might be relevant. He has harvested away some money because of his ethics and work ability and solid grounded logic capacity. So it tells us basically that money is maybe on your mind, maybe things are going a little slower than you might have anticipated, or that this nest egg that you've put away, you might have to call upon it. And it might be something that you've been, as I say, saving or looking after for a while, and perhaps it's going to come into action, or you need to activate it. It could be that a nest egg or some money that you put away is starting to pay dividends. This might have been in a project you were doing, and it's starting to grow and come to fruition. And it might have been taking longer than you wanted, or there might have been this block. It could have even been a block along the lines of some sort of legality, or something that had to be signed and accepted or authorized. These two again were both on the horizontal. Death is about coming into this new cycle, and we see this red sun. It's either a sun or a moon there, possibly, who knows, but the red often makes me feel of the eclipse is coming. So perhaps the eclipse on December the 26th, and then the eclipses that will be coming after that in January, I think, will be affecting you guys, Aries. So this new cycle that's coming could be around money, it could be around business propositions, it could be around your career, but it could be digging even deeper than that. It might be saying the slow turning cycle that you've been working through, possibly for 7 years, possibly for 7 months, possibly with 7 people, is coming to an end, and a cycle of evolution and process is beginning to awaken. But remember, it was very much like that, so it's still in the very beginning stages of formation. Same with this card. It's another endings card. It's another number 10, and it talks to us again about the fact that it may have been hard work, it may have been a bit of trial and tribulation. This guy here has worked hard, he's been very diligent, again like this one. And although this represents your sign, the fire sign energies, these two are hard workers. They're not afraid to put their hand up to say, look, I'll take on that extra burden, I'll learn those extra lessons, I will further my education, I will gain more knowledge and awareness, because with that I take myself forward in the best position possible. And both of these characters do the very same thing. Now, a lot of these cards have been repeating themselves over the last couple of days, and I find that interesting. They're turning up in a lot of the readings. I haven't got an explanation for that, other than to say that I am doing the readings around the time of the 11/11 portal. So there's a lot of really active energies and energetic waves going around the planet at the moment. So some of these messages that are coming are repeating themselves because they want to make us aware of what we either can do or what's available for us. Now, the other thing I was going to say, the full moon energy that we've just had, when I filmed the full moon last night, there was these particularly unusual colour changes that were happening across the camera, and the sky was going from pink to blue, yet my eyes couldn't pick up that colour change and fusion itself. So this beautiful Taurian full moon that was in on the just after the 11th of the 11th and just after the Mercury transit seemed to open a portal to some sort of celestial gentle energies that came in through as well, and the sky looked pretty much this colour. I will post that for you at the end of the video so that you can see it. The next card that jumped out, which jumped onto the ground, and I've picked him up, is the Chariot. Again, here's a card of major movement. He insinuates, again, that there may have been hard work involved in this movement. You know, just like these cards here, you're not afraid to do the hard work. You're no shirkers, Aries. Aries generally aren't found sitting around doing nothing. They're not afraid to start and instigate something and then fire up and put all the energy possible into it. Well, this is kind of what the Chariot does, but at the same time, he is regaining some sort of emotional control from something where perhaps he was either tired or he had been on this journey that had gone on for a long time, and through the process he has grown, he has become strong, but particularly strong through the mind and the spiritual process of evolution. He controls these roaring horses in the Chariot, which is churning forward at great speed. He controls it without any tension. He controls it through the mind as well. And again, we see reference to the moons, new moons, and eclipses. So I'm feeling that the eclipses will have quite a powerful resonant energy for you. The horses are black and white, indicating yin and yang, so balance of life, reintegration of energy, reintegration and understanding of some sort of spiritual alchemy that could happen for you. This is the card of movement of the soul, of the mind, of the body, of the concepts of understanding the awareness of the universe. So it's a powerful card. It can also literally represent shifting, as in moving home. It can represent driving, going on a driving holiday, so road trips for some of you, buying a new car. Some of you, even you can have car problems that may need maintenance or engines or fixing, losing your keys. Now, I have a lot of problems with my keys in my car. I drain the battery energy on it often just because of the frequency I run at. I also have problems with other things in my car, so for me that's not unusual. Let's see what else is in store here for Aries for this last reading of the decade. What else is it that you would like to alert them to or to have them focus on? So Aries. For December 2019. Hierophant, the Six of Wands, and the Four of Swords. The Hierophant is again a timely card about diligence, behaviour, attitudes, things like that. I'm just wanting to check that you can see these cards on the screen. I'm thinking my camera is positioned a little bit high. So the Hierophant to me is talking again from some philosophical or spiritual evolutionary knowledge, awakening or awareness. He's sort of like the person who learns the alchemy of life, of the solar system, of the universe, of the matrix of life. He's holding up the two fingers, and there's the two keys down here as well, as if to say that two could be representative. I'm getting the feeling that timing is somehow playing a role for you guys in this. I'm not exactly sure why, but there's just something in the background vibe that's coming through that's alerting me to there's a time issue involved in some of this delay that has been going on, or evolutionary change that's taking place. And it may even be that two people are involved with this journey as well. The Hierophant does talk about doing things correctly and in a timely manner and with a due diligence prospectus on your mind. So if you are thinking of anything that has to do with money or career or change along these lines, make sure you do it legally and use a good legal representative for this. This is the victory card, and it denotes success. So somewhere in this whole chapter or story that we're being told, there is a success that is drawing to a point of closure. This card here, the Four of Swords, talks about a retreat, sometimes the need for a rest, sometimes going away with someone on a holiday or quiet time. It can be an intimate moment with a lover, with a partner, and it can also be a time of conception. I also think of this as headaches or pains around the head or neck, possibly some small operation. It can even be to do with teeth or possibly thyroid in the throat, things like that as well. So we had this kind of storyline going on up here, but these ones have become a little bit more removed or a bit more further out. They've pulled the saga or the story or extended upon it. Just one more shuffle here for Aries with these cards, and then we will move on to the next deck. This is just the last little bit. Would you like to show them anything else? For their last reading for the decade. Aries December. Okay. Well, that's beautiful too. The Star is here for you. So you had a few major arcanas that came out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Star puts an overall blessing across all of the cards in the journey that she is endeavouring to undertake with them. The Star and these ones here also represent guardian angels, helpers, spirit guides. So I'm wondering if that... Oh, wow. Bingo, I've just clicked. I said to you horse, the horse spirit. And there they were, they came in. Wow. So there's something here about this horse and the horse spirit. Or maybe even some sort of meaning about horses or what the integrity is behind them. And some of you, there are definitely angels, spirit guides around you. Some of you may have a message from a horse. In fact, I may read for you the horse message if there's one in the animal spirit guide. I'll look at that towards the end. We're back up with the celestial realm, back up in the stars, back up in the heavens, and we've got the planets and the moon here again. So I am thinking things that are going to happen astrologically play a role. She is protected. She has guidance from these helpers and support people. You could find yourself aware and awake to these thoughts and feelings and projections as 2020 ebbs into cycle. She also has a degree of sexual freedom coming up. Sometimes this can involve new partnerships, new potential and romance, sexual chemistry, which you had a little bit of that tied in here as well. This could be with a current relationship or with a new one. She talks a lot about the need for balance, bringing balance into your life. This is also a card of balance, yin and yang, black and white, night and dark, female and male. Also bodies of water and spending time outdoors in beautiful settings like this could be very beneficial for you over this period, perhaps where you ground yourself and receive messages from your spiritual self, your higher self, or cosmic helpers. And this card is beautiful as well. It talks about coming into a feeling of a happy home, being at home. This can be a card that signifies temporary holidays as well. So going on a holiday and being in a happy place, enjoying it. So some of you may take a road trip to a holiday place and be having a nice time over this December-January period. It also talks about the possibility of reuniting harmony within a house or home or family unit. Sometimes this is engagements, marriages, events like that that you can attend, even christenings. Some of you may find an invitation to become engaged or a wedding. You might be attending someone else's wedding or engagement party as well. This can be moving homes, and so can this. So some of you could be moving into a new relationship, like a new home relationship, shifting countries, shifting suburbs, shifting states. A lot of that can be all part and parcel of what is going on here, and they could even be tied up as far back as the money and the man over here, the application of a loan or using your money to purchase something like a home or make a shift interstate or into another country. So a lot going on there for you, Aries. The potentiality of change at quite a physical level, and somehow involving other people too, I think, along the journey. This is for Aries. What do we have in store for them for December 2019? What would you like to have them focus on? What information would you like to pass to them? Ooh. Woman holding a heart. There's some love there. That's possibly love that you're giving others, love and support and tenderness, or possibly romance coming in again. It does look quite a romantic looking card. This could be woman coming in terms of love, and it could, again, romantic love for some of you. Other than that, it can be a friendship, a very dear, endearing friendship. There's also the feeling here of healing the heart, so healing relationships, but possibly even healing a physical heart ailment as well. So this could be part and parcel of this cycle of rebirth and moving into newness. Many different, oopsie-daisies, many different perspectives with that card. And the one that's just dropped onto the floor is the Magician and the Mirror. So he does represent the same as the Magician in the tarot card. There is magic around, there is karma, so cyclical nature of events are taking place, which again makes sense as we move into a new decade. When the Magician is here, it's such an amazing card to take hold of. It gives you the ability to be aware of new opportunities knocking on your door and to activate them and make sure that you make the most of opportunities coming your way. And again, it is not a card about being lazy and expecting everything to happen miraculously. It's about you uplifting the miracles and taking action on them. Oh goodness, I'm back on the floor again. Okay, anxiety. We might just have one more. Everyone has degrees of anxiety. It's about how you deal with it and how you why are you letting it maybe come to the surface, dealing with the background issues, also dealing with anxiety itself. I've made some good videos on anxiety and panic attacks and the feelings of depression that come with it, and so perhaps I will attach that for you. If there are situations around that are enabling this anxiety, sometimes it's because we are moving into the newness, and leaving old things behind can create that. It's a natural human tendency that we have when we are facing change that we are uncertain about. So it's not something to be worried about, and it's not something to be anxious about experiencing anxiety. It is part of a natural flow of life, but it's about managing it so that it doesn't prevent you from stepping up to the magic possibilities of life. Now, the last card from that deck was the Yin Yang, which is very similar to the Chariot, the balance, the black and white. So when we have yin yang in life, we know that balance is coming, and when balance comes, flow comes, because that's the cycle of life. That's how nature works. The more in flow and more in harmony we are, the more we the more we reap, the more we receive. So it's a beautiful card to have in your reading. It is talking about a changing cycle and more positivity and more flow and more energy, I think, for a lot of you. Some of you may have been stuck without energy for some time and have been feeling flat or flattened or restrained or withheld, I think, and that could have been in part anxiousness. But I think you have the opportunity to relieve that situation as you focus on your dreams and desires as you move into 2020. Just one or two from this deck for Aries as we finish off the reading. Mediumship. So some of you could even be hearing messages either clairaudently or clairvoyantly, or experiencing really extensive deja vu or synchronistic events or moments as well. And if you're wanting to move into this realm or experiencing it more, it seems that you have a natural ability, or you're being told that somewhere your beloved people that you wish to connect with are around you, and you've already had that message in the star card, because these are guardian angels, angelic beings, presences, as well as people who have passed over who are watching you. So if you're wanting to connect with these people or these energies, as I've said, it's a very good time to do so at this very active, spiritual, energetic time of the year. The veils are open. This is more or less the last card I'm doing for you guys. This is the Keepers of the Light deck. There is so much white light around the planet for this time of the year, especially as we move into December and we cross the galactic path. So there's a lot of availability to tap into and harness it and turn these energies into magic. So let's see what's for Aries here. Who is coming to enlighten them, awaken them, be with them? Lord Shiva, transcendence. Rise up, honor your new inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Indeed, dance with the universe. So you have Lord Shiva as a transcendent energy, and again with the moon on the top of the head. So we've talked a lot about the effects that the moon would have for you. So something in your life is transcending, is moving, is altering, is allowing to let go of the past, any darkness maybe that was held, any energies you have been afraid of that have caused a little bit of anxiety or out of balance effort, or things that have been hanging on to you for some time. You can use Lord Shiva as this protector and helper of the transcendence and transformation that you wish to take for the gates and the portal opening of 2020. So with that in mind, I will just see if there is a horse card in the animal spirit deck for you guys. Well, because this deck is new for me, I wasn't sure if there was a horse spirit, but I'm delighted to say there is. I actually adore this deck. It is number 33 too, so it has that beautiful synchronistic flow to it. And it says, freedom is yours. So I'm going to read to you the words from this horse spirit, which I got called to connect with before your reading. When horse spirit appears, you are gifted with the spirit of movement and freedom. It is time for travel and adventure, whether that means a trip somewhere or taking a different type of journey, one of freedom of choice. Horse spirit reminds you that no matter the circumstances, you have free will and choices that can take you far away to a better place, a better situation, a better state of being. For there is no one but you to reign in your will to make a different decision. You are capable of making powerful choices that will affect you for a long time to come. Horses are social animals and known to be a friend to mankind, willing to carry us forward when we need it. Horse Spirit reminds you that help will be available to you whenever you need it, and companions will be by your side wherever you choose to go, whatever direction you choose to travel. Life is an adventure, and Horse Spirit wants you to know that whatever choices you make, you have great spirit within, invisible yet holding you up and always walking by your side. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you can set your heart free to experience love in all forms. Spirit whispers to you that the gift of freedom is yours if you allow yourself to break out of perfectionism and stubbornness. Make a move and enjoy the freedom of letting go of the need to control. And that is Horse Spirit. Freedom is yours, Aries. And with that, we will finish this beautiful reading. You have had so many gorgeous messages come through, so much protection and help and support around you, and balance and opportunity for transcendence, opportunities of magic. So indeed, you've received some beautiful celestial help as well as earth help and interdimensional help. Thank you for leaving your comments. I love reading them, as does everyone else. Thank you for subbing the channel, liking the videos, and basically have a wonderful December ahead. Please enjoy the happy festive celebrations. Be safe, everyone. And most importantly, welcome 2020 in with passion in your heart and the dreams and desires to forge the next 10 years forward in the way that you wish to do so. Much love to you all. Namaste.